from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
We lost the field to flood for the third time this year, which, to everyone's memory, it's never happened during the football season.
Water problems continue in the Red River Valley. Not only are farmers being kept from their harvest, water has also worked its way onto other fields. Valley News Team's Callie Hubbard has the story of one school that's only been able to play football at home once this year.
In October, Friday nights are usually spent under the lights at Oak Grove High School.
I think every home game besides this year has been on that field.
Senior football player Dylan Sunderland likes to think of this field as home.
It's definitely weird having a senior year when you only play one game on your home field.
Water on this field is something that Grover's fans have seen before, but it's usually in the spring when the Red River swells. This is different. Now, to put this into perspective for you guys, I have these boots on that pretty much reach my knees. I'm gonna walk into this water and you can just see how high that the water's already getting, and I'm just this far out. Oak Grove Athletic Director Brent Wolf says it's about 4 feet high, and it's going to get higher.
We haven't been able to practice at home, which is it's hard on a team. So you have to get all your gear and get it packed up and get across town.
It's one of the last fields in the metro that is natural grass. Other schools are now converting to turf. Fargo North and South, along with the West Fargo high schools, have artificial turf with filter systems to get rid of water.
I mean, the river should go down in about a week. We'll assess the damage to the grass, and then it'll be a lot of work in the spring.
Right now, metro schools are helping each other out, playing games where they can for now. And for Oak Grove, it's going to be a year of travel. In Fargo, Callie Hubbard, Valley News Live.
We reached out to Fargo and West Fargo high schools. They say that no games for them have been rescheduled. The game is a little more serious in Valley City, where leaders today declared a flood emergency. News Dakota is reporting that the move will allow Valley City to prepare for rising water by getting federal aid if damage should occur. River levels could get upwards of 16 feet, and leaders are comparing that to the floods of 2009 and 2011, when water levels reached around 20.5 feet. Lake Ashtabula's park ranger says that things changed Monday night, and they had to raise the river flow release. The water inflows have never been this high in October over the 69-year history of Bald Hill Dam. The USDA says 10% of North Dakota's small grains are still in the fields. The weather has left the crops too wet, and dryers could eat up 15% of farmers' expected profits to offset those costs. Grain growers are asking Governor Doug Burgum to seek a disaster declaration, especially if the grain starts sprouting. That will leave farmers with nothing to sell.
It's overwhelming, and it was overwhelming, but they're actually almost to the point now with the spring wheat that it's lost. So they almost had to succumb to the idea that it's probably not very good, and they may not even harvest it at all because the quality is so poor.
Producers are also having a hard time getting combines into the wet fields, leaving their crops even more vulnerable. West Fargo police are asking for your help finding this person of interest on your screen. Police say he's believed to be involved in a current investigation. If you have any information about him, call local law enforcement. Meanwhile, Fergus Falls police are asking for your help finding a 35-year-old woman. Police say Alicia Anderson has an open warrant for felony drug possession. If you have any information about her, call Fergus Falls Police. The phone number 218-998-8555. Searchers are hoping that the weather will cooperate tomorrow as they continue to look for a missing plane and pilot. Air searches for the missing Cessna were grounded today due to bad weather conditions. The plane has been missing since last Wednesday after it took off from Aberdeen, South Dakota, and failed to arrive in Oaks, North Dakota. The missing aircraft is a single-engine Cessna 172, white with light blue markings. The search continues out of Moorhead for a missing 13-year-old. Joshua Newmayer was reported as a runaway nearly a month ago on September 25th. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighs 140 pounds. He has brown hair, brown eyes. He is believed to still be in the Fargo-Moorhead area. And if you have anything about where he is, you are urged to call police. Student lunch debt is a growing problem nationwide as families simply aren't able to pay for a hot meal. Fargo schools have committed to make sure that no child goes without hot lunches. regardless if they have the funds to pay or not, creating thousands of dollars of debt. Valley News Team's Katie Opperly did some digging to find out what others are doing to try and help. Katie?
Mike, Fargo Public Schools saw its school lunch debt grow to more than $30,000 this year. When local families in both Fargo and Moorhead are not able to pay, they're sent to debt collections. It's been proposed that the district stop referring families to social services or collection agencies. The idea would be to pull money from the state's legacy fund and use that to deal with lunch debt. Other districts rely on donations. Breckenridge announced today that their school lunch funding is low. On a national level, presidential candidate Senator Bernie Sanders tweeted today that he is teaming up with Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar on a bill that would ensure every child in America has access to school meals and wipe out existing debt. Mike?
All right, Katie, thank you. To read local policies or learn how you can make donations, go to our website, valleynewslive.com. The North Dakota Health Department has confirmed 3 new vaping-related illnesses in the northeastern part of the state in the past week. Experts say it may be a sign of a cluster. They're asking anyone with a history of vaping or e-cig use to take a confidential survey to help track the problem. The state has counted 7 confirmed cases, along with 5 probable and 3 suspected cases of severe respiratory illness caused by vaping. They say most of those patients also reported using products that contained THC. Several businesses in Fargo have been hit with counterfeit $100 bills, most of them being in the downtown area. What makes these counterfeit bills unusual is that the legitimate $10 bill was transformed to look like $100 bills. When held up to a light, you can see an Alexander Hamilton watermark, which belongs to a 10.
He was really nice to me, yeah. Like, I wouldn't suspect anything, really.
And it had the strip, and I assumed that was official and it made it real, but it wasn't the real president. It wasn't the real president.
Same person is involved in passing the fake money. One of the businesses is now considering not taking large bills anymore.
10 continues with no wait weather.
Well, it was a very wet close to our summer season in the Northern Valley particularly, and it has been a brutal start to the fall season. Here's a photo from the Fisher, Minnesota area. This gentleman's standing in a sugar beet cart track, a lot of mud out there, and problems are going to be persistent. And in the Northern Valley, they'll persist for longer. Oslo, for this time of the year, it's kind of unprecedented to see river levels this high in the major flood stage. A lot of areas hitting the moderate flood stage all the way up and down the Red River Valley. For Fargo, our rivers are high, but they're starting to top off, level off, and will continue to recede as we go through the next few days while they rise up north. 39 right now in Fargo Moorhead, 37 Grand Forks, and 35 in Devil's Lake, the current temperatures. So we're cooling off fairly quickly, and we have a lot of mid and upper 30s across central and northwest Minnesota. Here's a look at the satellite. A lot of cloud cover still out over the valley, but the rain showers that moved through earlier, dumping between a few 1/100ths of an inch of rain to a couple 10ths of an inch of rain, now moving well off to the east. For us, as we head to bed tonight, temperatures will fall, but the clouds will linger for most, particularly from the Red River Valley and points off to the east. Could see a few breaks in our western counties, and a few of you with the deep snow on the ground will have a shot at dipping down into the 20s tonight. There could be some areas of patchy haze and fog to start your Wednesday morning as well. As we go through the day, we'll have some warmer air trying to punch in from the west. That's going to kick up a few clouds out there. Can't rule out a sprinkle here or there from those clouds, but finally, on a Wednesday of improving weather, by late in the day, the clouds will begin to break, and that spreads into parts of western Minnesota by the late day. So in Fargo Moorhead, more clouds and clear skies for the first 3 quarters of the day. Temperatures slowly climbing from 35 in the morning to low to mid 40s in the afternoon. We'll have a lot less wind, and the wind will eventually become more southerly as we go through the afternoon. And that's a sign of change. And it does look like we'll have a chance at seeing those clouds break up here in the Red River Valley as we approach the setting of the sun. 39 your afternoon temperature on your way home from work in Langdon, 41 Valley City, and a lot of 40s across western Minnesota. So not a hot day, but we're turning a corner, and this is what we're expecting. Some of these nice warm colors returning to the region in the air mass battlecast, and we're hoping this warm air mass wins out. Looks like it starts at least trying to return to the valley as we go through the late week and into the weekend. It lingers around. We'll be melting a lot of snow, mind you, but temperatures and the skies will be much more conducive to some sunny and dry weather. Seasons confused here. Beautiful fall colors mixed with the white. Lori capturing and uploading that photo from Maplewood State Park. Just absolutely stunning views there. Thursday, we warm up to 55 in Fargo. Now remember, not as warm, where we have deeper snow on the ground. Friday, how about 62 degrees? It'll be breezy out there, Mike, but that don't bother Hutch. I'll be out there trying to get a little bit of sun. The weekend looks pretty good until late on Sunday when our next weather maker moves through.
I don't remember you ever showing the air mass battlecast, and warm air was a part of it.
Yes, and it is now. We're watching it.
Okay, thanks. Yes. Up next on Valley News Live.